Hi, welcome. Now I'm going to show you how to use SumIF and SumIFS functions, and what is the difference between SumIF and SumIFS functions. Okay. Now why it is called SumIF and this is SumIFS? You can find it here. There is a yes here which identifies it's a multiple ifs, and whereas this one is a single if. That means if function has only one criteria to be checked, and if that criteria is true, it will do the summing. Whereas the SumIFS function has multiple ifs inside, and it is going to check all the ifs, and if all the ifs are satisfied, then only it is going to sum it up. Okay, I will explain this one by this example. The data what I have is the product names and category and the respective sales. For each product and category we have sales. Like this we have about 277 records. Each record is something like we can call this one as 277 transactions. Each transaction we have product name and category. This category could be a new or old category. Okay, category you can very well assume that it's like a new batch of the product or old batch of the product. Okay, and their sales raised by the product as well as the category. Okay, so what we have here is we want the total sales. Okay, and for all these three examples we are going to use the total sales, but whereas these two examples we have only the SumIF function, and the third one is the SumIFS function. Okay, here what we have is the category is new. For all the new category, how much the total sales raised. Okay, but this is irrespective of the product. Okay, all new products, it could be in different products, the category new Alice mutton as well as in the aniseed syrup and so on. Okay, Boston crab meat also got a new category. So similarly we add all the sales, overall sales raised by the new category and old category separately using the SumIF function, because we have only one condition, whether the category is new in the first calculation, and the second one is the category is old. Okay, similarly we have another table where we are going to calculate for each product what is the total sales raised, but this one is irrespective of the category. Okay, so the category could be old or new, but we want the overall total sales raised by a particular product. Okay, we will do it for the category. Total sales, SumIF range criteria sum range. Okay, range is what is the range you want to sum it up. What is the range for this criteria. Okay, so what is the range? Range and criteria both add together will give a single condition. Okay, so the range is where do you want to perform the criteria. Okay, so this is the criteria range, where do you want to do, and criteria is what do you want to do. Okay, in this case where do you want to do, I want to do it in the product place. Before we type the formula for total sales, so what we are going to do is we will give a name for each column here. Okay, for product list we just select the product column and right click. It come up with a right click menu, which where you can find a define name. Click, give a name for this whole product list. I give the name product list. Okay, and secondly, for the category also I am going to give a category name. Right click, select, right click, category list, and the third was the sales list. Right click, define name, sales list. Okay, so we have a product, category, and sales. All these three lists combined together is our full source data. Why we defined a name for each range? Because these ranges we are going to use it again and again in the formula, and this formula is more like it involves lot of ranges, then it is not very easily readable form. So what we will give a name, then the formula becomes more readable. Okay, so we can understand the formula in simple English easily. Okay, so I am going to use the SumIF function and find the total sales. SumIF. Okay, the SumIF function, we have a range which is nothing but the where do you want to perform the action, or where do you want to perform the criteria, and criteria is what you want to do. Okay, this is where and what of a single criteria, or in other words it could be a left hand side and a right hand side of the criteria. So range, this is, since the new, we want to find the new categories, so our range is the category list, or in other words you can also select it here, but when you select automatically it pops out, this is the category list. Okay, comma, then where do you want to do in category list? What do you want to do? Want to find the new, which is the cell E3. Okay, close the bracket. Okay, wait, before that you also have a sum range. Okay, if this criteria is satisfied, what do you want to do? I want to sum it up. What do you want to sum it up? This is for if. Then what do you want to sum it up? I want to sum it up the sales, which is nothing but a sales list. You can find it is coming in the checked box, that is the predefined names. If you just press, you can see here lot of F. These are all functions. The checkbox ones is the name we defined. Okay, sales list. Close the bracket and enter. You see the overall amount raised by new category is 227,142, irrespective, it is irrespective of the product. Okay, now for the old cases, now we are going to do the same. SumIF, where do you want to do the criteria? In the category list. Okay, what do you want to do? I want to check whether it is equal to the value in E4, which is old, and if this criteria is true, which column you want to sum it up? The value in the sales, which is sales list. Okay, enter. So you can see the value is new and old for each new it is 227,142. The old category is 200,959. Let's do the sum. $428,101. I just click on sales. You see the overall sum of sales is in the status bar 428,101, which is same as 428,101. Okay, so this is the way you can use the SumIF function for a single criteria. Okay, similarly we can use it for each product. SumIF range, where do you want to perform the criteria, the condition? Now it is the product, so it is in the product list. Okay, in the product list, what do you want to do? I want to check the value of E8. Okay, and if the condition is true, what do you want to do? Those records who are satisfying this condition, I want to submit up the sales, which is in the sales list column. Okay, close the formula. Okay, enter. So you got total sales of Alice Mutton. You can also see Alice Mutton. What is the total sales? Go to here in the status bar. Sum is 22,459. The same thing. Okay, you can drag and drop and shift this formula into other cells, and you will get the respective sales for each product. And what is the overall sum? Sum of all the product is 428,101. The sum is here 428,101. So it seems perfect. So this is the way you can use the for SumIF. SumIF uses only one condition and uses one condition at a time and gives the total sum. Okay. Now we see the third example here, which is product as well as the category. This kind of condition, that is, it has two conditions here. One is product must be equal to Alice Mutton and the category is new. This kind of conditions, you want to combine more than one conditions, then you must go for SumIFS, because we have two ifs to be checked. Or if you have a multiple condition, multiple ifs needs to be checked. That is for SumIFS condition. Okay, so the product is Alice Mutton and the category is new. Okay, how to do this example? Okay, so before I do this example, I just hide this one so that we will have it properly. Okay, so now how to do this one? Equal to, now here comes the SumIFS condition. Okay, what is the sum range? Which range you want to sum it up? Which value you want to sum it up? I want to sum it up the sales, so it has to be sales list. Okay, now comes the criteria. So each criteria is split into two arguments. One is left hand side argument and the right hand side argument. In other words, where do you want to perform the condition and what do you want to do on the condition? Okay, one is where and second is what. Where is the criteria range? Where do you want to do and what do you want to do? For the criteria range 1 and criteria 1 is where do you want to do the condition 1 and what do you want to do for the condition 1. Okay, so criteria range 1 is we are going to do this one. Okay, product. So where do you want to do? I want to do it in the product list, which is here the full set of data products. Okay, but it's already we defined as product list. Okay, and what do you want to do? I want to check whether it is Alice Mutton or not, the value in the H3. Similarly, criteria 2, we want to check the category. Where do you want to do? I want to do it in the category list. Category list. What I want to do? I want to check whether the category is new or old. So in this case it is the cell I3. Okay, so now close the bracket. Now we have two conditions. Product list needs to be checked with the H3, the value in the H3. Similarly, category list needs to be checked with value in the I3. Okay, if these two conditions are true, those records need to be summed up. What needs to be summed up? When these two conditions are true, it is the sales, respective sales of that record needs to be summed up. Okay, enter 9281. Okay, similarly for Alice Mutton and old category, here the formula is same, but the only thing is in the product list it has to check for Alice Mutton, that is H4, and the category list it is I4. Okay, which is old, category is old. Similarly for these two, first we will check whether it is correct or what. Okay, Alice Mutton and old records. First Alice Mutton and new record total sales. You can see in the status bar 9281 for all new records in Alice Mutton. Similarly for old, in the old you can see in the status bar 13178. Okay, so these two conditions, Alice Mutton and new, comes proper total sales, as well as Alice Mutton and old comes also proper total sales. Similarly, you can drag or shift it for all the other total sales for every condition here. Okay, so in this example you got two conditions involved in this SumIF, which first condition is product needs to be checked and categories also need to be checked. So this value is product is Alice Mutton and category is new. Okay, so we will see what is the overall sum. You can see the overall sum is 428101. Okay, we will also see the check the total sales value here. Go to the status bar, you can see 428 and 101. Okay, so this is the way you can use the SumIFS function. Okay, now you have three examples. Two of them are using a SumIF function for a single if condition, and here it is a multiple two if conditions for a summation that we use this SumIFS function. Okay, hope this video explained you the difference between the SumIF and the SumIFS function using this example. And if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave it in the comments box, and also please subscribe to my channel. You can find a lot of Excel examples, and also you can subscribe to my channel, and God bless you.